Hi, the purpose of this short video is to briefly explain how BAT works and to give you a quick walkthrough of what it looks like on Moodle, which is the learning platform, and how to use it. The objective of BAT is to allow you to screen candidates before their first or second interview to ensure that they do have the aptitude for bookkeeping and accountancy. We do this by providing them a bookkeeping taster course followed by a short test on what they've just learned. We provide you access to the course so you can see what they see, plus you can see their activity logs to see how hard they've worked. You can also download the marking scheme for their test so you don't have to do the test yourself. When you or your candidate is provided their username and logon, they'll be able to access the course directly on Moodle. In the toolbar they should click on My Courses and then Bookkeeping Aptitude in the drop-down box. This will take them to the course page, which is set out in a linear format, very easy to follow on a step-by-step basis. There are guidance notes along the way to make sure they don't get lost. After the introductory sections, the learning materials are set out in blocks, all following a similar pattern. Firstly, interactive presentations, the icon that looks like a picnic hamper, then a transcript of that presentation, followed by a short quiz to confirm the understanding obtained so far. And then there's a series of practical bookkeeping activities applying the knowledge covered in the presentation. These are followed by answers to each of these activities for self-marking. Candidates can always go back and rework the presentation and activities if they haven't got it yet. And I shall show you an example of each element of this. So here's a quick cant through parts of one of the presentations. They are designed to actively engage the learner, so they shouldn't just sit there and watch like a lemon. These presentations include voiceovers clearly explaining the concepts covered. Each of the interactive presentations are supported by a PDF transcript that covers what is included in the presentations. After these, there's a short interactive quiz which Moodle marks and then shows the correct answers. Candidates may sit these as many times as needed. After the quiz, there are a series of practical bookkeeping activities for completion, each having answers for self-marking. These are all part of the learning process. At the end of the learning blocks, there are more questions to practice to hammer home the double entry principles learned. Then, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Once your candidate has completed the learning stage and is confident that they have understood everything and they are flying through the practice questions with ease, they can complete the progress test for submission to you for marking. They can only see the test, not the answers. However, as employer, you have non-editing teacher access and will be able to access these answers yourself and the marking scheme so you can mark their test prior to interview. No need to work out the answers yourself. Now for the sneaky bit. What you will also be able to see as employer are the activity logs for your candidates. These can be a very useful guide to the attitude of your candidates as opposed to just their aptitude for bookkeeping. For example, if you plan to interview the candidate on Thursday and you issue them the details and log on to the previous Friday, it is helpful to know if they worked conscientiously on the course over the weekend and the days leading up to completing the test and submitting it, or if they left everything to the last moment. The log shows which activities they have completed. There is also a separate one that shows each hit on the system. The results of the test and the evidence provided by the activity logs provides you critical evidence prior to interview of your candidate's aptitude for bookkeeping and their attitude to being asked to work at it. If you think this might be of interest to you, please complete your details on this website page and we can set you up on the system to have a look at it yourself. Likewise, do add your candidate details if you have someone lined up. However, even if you are not planning to recruit until later this year, it would be a good idea to get this set up now in plenty of time. So, speak soon.